So in this episode, we're going to talk about how to let go of things that doesn't serve you. How do you let go of people, things, opportunities that just doesn't serve you? How to let them go out of your life? How do you deal with them? And how do you transition to where you want to be? I'm Dr. J with Declutter Mind. So how do you let go of things that just doesn't serve you, where they are making you tired, drained of energy, feeling depleted and demoralized? Well, we're going to talk today about how you recognize those patterns, but more importantly, how do you let it go? And that's going to be important for you to move on to the life and do the things that you always wanted to do. I recently moved out of a neighborhood that I was born and raised in because I finally woke up one morning and, it was a huge incident that happened in or around our neighborhood. And I woke up, I was feeling really frustrated. I was feeling really concerned. I was feeling really demoralized that in my home, I had to deal with these things, right? And so I woke up and I talked to Dr. C and I said, we have to leave and do something different. We have to let go of something that didn't serve us in that neighborhood, that city, those demographics, that community. It just didn't feel like it served us well. And so we made a covenant to leave that neighborhood, leave that city, leave that state, and move somewhere else. Why? It was very difficult for us to continue to stay there and deal with our well-being. And so we wanted a new, fresh experience, right? And so what we just did was we packed up and we left. And what we knew is we had to let go and flush out the past life. And for many of you, to get to where you want to go, you're going to have to let go of the things that no longer serves you, right? So what does that mean? You may have a relationship that does not serve you well. You may have to let it go. You may go into a job that doesn't believe in you and support you. You may have to let that go. You may have some habits that you have to break to get to where you want to go. And you're going to have to let that go because those things no longer serve you. Or when you're engaging in things that doesn't serve you, that doesn't help you, that doesn't motivate you, that doesn't get you where you want to go, you got to let them go. You got to let those people go. You got to let those events go. You got to let those communities go. You got to let those friendships go. You got to let it go. And far too long, you stay in that situation. I stayed in that house because I had memories growing up there. I stayed in that house because I felt like I knew that community. I stayed in the house basically because it was comfortable and I was scared to do something different. And something in me said, I have to break loose of that so I can get to the second level, because I don't believe that in that environment, right, that in that home, that in that city, in that neighborhood, that it was going to allow me to grow big enough to get to where I want. And so I had to let it go. Not only the house, I had to let go of the job. A job that was having you work 60 to 70 hours a week, nonstop, morning, noon, and night. And you had to get to the point where I had to figure out how to serve myself. Now, understanding I was a leader of the organization, understanding that I had a lot of responsibilities, and sometimes that comes with it, I still understood that I had to create a balance that worked for me. One of the things that when I was doing some research on this topic, I was looking at the British Cardiovascular Society. And what they found out is that serious heart attacks more than likely occurred on Mondays compared to any other day in the week. So you say, Dr. J, why is that important? So when you look at that heart attack, you have to ask yourself, why those heart attacks are occurring on Monday. Well, I'm going to tell you why. Because I felt it, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people that's looking at this video has felt it. It's simply, I have anxiety before I get to work. So that anxiety gets me no rest. That anxiety gets me no sleep. That anxiety gets me tense. That anxiety gets my mood and my stress levels up. And that anxiety causes a heart attack. So how do you, adjust your life so these things doesn't happen to you? Well, you have to look at the things that are causing you heartache. If your financials are causing you heartache, you got to make better financial decisions. Make more money, spend less money. Move in with a roommate, move into a studio apartment, sell your house, catch public transportation, and not have fancy cars. All those things you have to look at and you have to make adjustment. Is your relationship causing you headache? Well, you have to put into that relationship to make it better. And if that doesn't work, then you have to get out. If your job is causing you headache, you have to transition. So that is critical. So then we move to And for me, after I left the job in the city and everything that I saw behind, or everything that I knew behind, I went to a new environment and started creating new habits, positive habits. I wanted to start a YouTube channel. So we did that. I wanted to experience a better community, and we moved into one. Those are all things that I want to do. And as I did that, I can see the things that I was dreaming about started to come true, right? I started to find myself a lot happier at work, a lot happier building a business, a lot happier walking in my community, a lot happier just in all those aspects of life. And it was because I was willing to let the past go, let what didn't serve me go, so I can get to the things that I want. And as I started building those relationships, those friendships, those connections, those communities, I built them based upon where I wanted to go, not where I was, right? So I didn't want to go into the same neighborhood, right? So I picked a different one. I didn't want to have the same friendship, so I made new ones. I didn't want to have the same community challenges, so I went into a different community, right? So I made decisions that will get me to what I want. So what do I ask of you? Well, first, drop a like if you like what I just gave you. But number two, what I want you to do is write down the top thing. I don't want you to focus on 4, 5, 6 things. I just want you to focus on one thing. What is that one thing that is causing you heartache? So you don't want to be a Monday morning heart attack casual. What is that one thing? Analyze it, assess it, and look at how you have to change that one thing so that it can improve the quality of your life. So if a relationship that's causing you heartache, figure out, do you invest in it to improve it, or do you jump? If it's financials that's causing you an issue, do you need to look at, do I need a second job? Do I need to cut my spending? Or do I simply just need to make more money, right? You have to figure out what that is and fix it and work on it. Do I need to fix my credit? Whatever that is. If it's a job, does this job serve me well and give me opportunities, or does it not? If it doesn't, is this organization culture for me or not? And I have to make a decision. I want you to pick that one thing and make a decision. And when you do, drop a comment in the comment section. Let us know what that thing is and what you're doing, right, to fix it. And share that with our audience, because we're family and we want to share all of our experience. I need for you to do one simple thing. Let go of what no longer works for you. And I promise you, you will get all the things that you want. I want you to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, because we're going to have some great content that we're going to give you. I'm Dr. J, and thank you for watching 2 Doc Mind.